All right, let's head on to number 2, occupied by Kung Fu Panda 3. It pulled in 26 million over 4 days. And
Yeah,
in 3 weeks, it crossed the 100 million mark.
well, sure. One of the reasons is that kids get Monday off. But I'm surprised that even if you look at the 3-day figure, there's no drop off at all from this week and the previous week. In fact, I think it made a little bit more this week than last weekend. And it's not the only film in the top 10 that did that during this President's Day weekend. Now it looks like, hey, this film might actually do as well as Kung Fu Panda 2.
Isn't it kind of behind Kung Fu Panda 2 in the measurements, like in the same time frame? I'm not sure if it
Well,
do as
as
well.
of last week, it was behind, but as
Mhm.
of this week, it might not be.
Okay.
We might take a look because if it dropped off as much this week, it wouldn't have. But because it did just as much this week as the previous weekend, it might not be that far behind now.
It's still kind of 65 million behind, so we'll see if we can make up that
Uh,
ground.
well, if you compare week to week, how many weeks is that?
Third week, Kung Fu Panda 2 is 126, about 20 some million behind, 26 million behind,
One,
at the same time frame.
we have to see how well it does next week because in its third week, Kung Fu Panda 3 actually made more than the third weekend of Kung Fu Panda 2. Well, if you count the 3-day, it would be like 20 million compared to 16.5 million.
Yeah, so it made some ground this holiday weekend because
Yeah,
I guess there's an extra day, and I guess people or families went out to the theaters as seen by the low drop off and even positive
yeah,
percentage change in for some movies. And I don't know, we'll see next week because I think we'll go back to the regular drop off. By this measure, it's still gonna be behind.
it looks like it's still behind, but now it's no longer that far behind.
Right,
Because
right.
I read some reports that that were like, oh, at this rate, Kung Fu Panda will probably top up at like 120 million, and it'll be way behind 165 million that the previous film made. But now it looks like you'll definitely get to 140, and
Hmm.
it might even get to 150. But 165, it'll be close. So now it's not doing nearly as bad as people expected.
All right, but again, we have to take into account that Kung Fu Panda 3 is released in winter, right? Before Kung Fu
Yeah,
Panda 2 was released in the summer.
yeah,
So different time frames, and you can expect a lower take.
right, right.